Hey everyone, in today's episode, we will be discussing essential oils for kids and how you can use them to help kids process emotions. The school year is just around the corner, and we all want our kids to start the year off healthy and strong. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to our podcast. And of course, stick around to the end for our scoop of the day and to learn how to download our free worksheet. Welcome to the Essential Oil Scoop, where we serve up real talk with real results. Get ready to explore the incredible world of essential oils and how they transform your daily wellness. I'm Vicky Labrilia, and this is my co-host, Sarah Sipos. With over 22 years of collective essential oil knowledge and experience, we are well equipped to bring you the best tips and tricks for all your needs to live life to the fullest. So join us as we dish out the juicy scoop to a healthier, happier you. It's time to elevate your life. Tune in and let's dive deep into the realm of essential oils for a life of vitality and well-being. Guys, we have an amazing episode for you today. We are talking all things emotions. And if you've been around for a while, you know Sarah and I love discussing the emotional side, the emotional benefits to the amazing essential oils. Girl, what is up?
Hey, friend. I love that we're talking about the kids collection. I love that our last podcast, we talked about the physical effects of these oils. And now I love that this time we're talking about the emotions. And we were like, okay, it's going to be long. If we do all the oils and their emotional properties, because we get so into each of these little babies that I was like, Vicky, I think we got to do a two-parter. And she's like, yeah, I think we need
Yep.
to.
Because it'd be too long. And we understand time is precious. So, yes, Sarah and I are going to chop it up into two pieces. First part, second part, easy peasy.
And I have to tell you, my dear friend Vicky has this amazing doTERRA Kids Oil Collection worksheet guide that we are giving you for free, and you can download it. And all those instructions will be in the show notes, and you can check it out and read. And just click on the link, and you'll be able to get to download this into your inbox for free. This is absolutely for free. But really quick, let's just go over how to use this worksheet. Okay, in the one column, we have the essential oil, which is really this is a very self-explanatory sheet. And then we talk about the primary benefits, which is both the emotional and the physical. It talks about both. And then these emotions that are supported, the supported emotions. And that's a really amazing thing because is your child needing to feel more confident? Is your child needing to feel more trusting? Does your child need to feel more engaged or clear-minded? And you kind of go here and go, okay, this is what my kid needs. My kid needs to feel more comfortable, more courageous. So we're going to give them that. We're going to give them the rescuer or the brave, just it gives you a great idea of what emotions are supported in this awesome guide. So don't forget to download this guide. It'll get sent straight to your email box. And let's talk about let's give you the scoop, because our scoop, honestly and truly, is getting into these beautiful oils. So let's get into the scoop. We're going to talk about Thinker first. Thinker is our focus blend.
Thinker is amazing. So, like Sarah said, it is our focus blend. It really helps the individual that applies this topically or uses it aromatically to align without being so scattered brained. Okay. If you are having a child like the school's starting, right? So there's a lot on their plate. They are learning new skills. They are needing to be more clear-minded, more engaged at the topic on hand. This is a phenomenal oil to use for your children and yourself. Okay, I'm in my mid-30s and I use Thinker because it smells amazing and it helps support me. But on an emotional level, Thinker is particularly beneficial for helping individuals cut out distractions and learn to tell the difference between knowledge that builds them up and knowledge that is actually tearing them down. Okay. So, in other words, how to recognize which imparts energy or depletes the energy. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Sarah, I know you have some tidbits to share about Thinker. So go ahead, girl.
I love that it helps kids to distract, to cut out all those distractions because how many times do our kids get distracted in a day? They
A
get
lot.
distracted. They get distracted by sometimes what we feel as adults, silly things, right? And sometimes kids get distracted by really big things too that are happening in their lives. Now, as adults, sometimes we look at what they think is a big deal and we are like, "Oh my gosh, life will tell you that this is not that big a deal." But let me tell you, for your little kiddo, whatever it is that's coming up for them is a big deal for them. Like, just listen, acknowledge that they have something coming up for them. This emotion is a big emotion for them. Maybe they really do feel really sad that, Billy won't play with them on the playground. Maybe that's a really big thing. And just listen and listen for those clues because sometimes we're not there with our kiddos and we have to like understand where they're coming from and what they're going through. And if you are a homeschooling mama, sometimes your kids are hanging out with other homeschooling kids from with other mama, and you're hanging out with mamas, and there might be something that comes up that really does hurt their feelings or really does like bring up some emotion, and just to be patient with them. But they get distracted so easily, and this blend, I love that it really helps with those distractions, and it helps them to come back to so they aren't misled. They aren't misled by all the distractions, the Minecraft and all the video games and all the things that they and some of the different YouTube shows that kids love to watch, right? Like they aren't going to get distracted. It's going to bring them back to where they can focus, and they're not going to be misled and distracted and overpowered by all the things around them. That they're going to bring it back. That they can focus on and focus on what you're saying to them, focus on what you're teaching them, focus on their homework, whatever it is, so they can really just be clear-minded. They can be engaged in the moment rather than like being concerned about what somebody else is doing in a different area in a different realm. So I do
You
love this.
know, Thinker is a wonderful oil when there's a lot of transition happening as well. So let me touch on something. I've been able and I've been very blessed to work with children for over 13 years in a school setting. Okay. There is a difference between feelings and emotions. Okay. The fundamental difference between feelings and emotions is that feelings are experienced consciously, but emotions manifest either consciously or subconsciously. Some people may spend years or even their lifetime not understanding the depths of their emotions. My friends, when you are choosing in for your children, because they can't make this choice themselves yet, when you're choosing in to use this modality as one of the tools for their wellness, do you understand the magnitude that you are providing for health, like full body health and wellness, even on an emotional level? This is why we're here. So you understand that this modality is not going anywhere, that there is massive scientific research going into the power of pure essential oils. And Thinker is just one of those magnificent oils that you can opt into for yourself and your children to help them be more engaged, to be more clear minded, okay, on an emotional level, not just a physical level. I had to chime in and say that.
No, that's absolutely perfect. So let's talk about how to use this oil. There's a couple different ways. Obviously, they can inhale it straight from the bottle. It is a roller bottle. So a roller bottle is a little bit different than just, so it's perfectly safe for them, if they're at an age appropriate that you deem appropriate, to put it on themselves. But some of the places they're going to want to put this is on their temples, rubbing it in onto the temples, back of the neck, or on your hand between the thumb and the forefinger, which there's this little pressure point right in there. And I always teach people how to do this. And here I am doing it, and you can't see me, so we're gonna have to like do this as a video at some point and show you how to do this. But it's right on the just between the index finger and the thumb, and you're gonna just kind of rub it into this pressure point, and that's a really good place for kids to use it as well. It really helps with that brain functionality and to help calm everything down.
Love it, Sarah. Absolutely love it. So, are you guys ready to hear about the second oil that we want to discuss with you today? If you're not, too bad, because we're about to share it. And it is called Calmer, my friends. Calmer is our restful blend. It is the essential oil of restfulness. Like, I mean, obviously, the name is in the description's in the name, Calmer, right? Yeah. I don't know how else to explain it, but Calmer is a soothing blend of multiple oils, lavender, cananga, I think that's how you pronounce it, ylang ylang flower, Buddha wood, Roman chamomile. And on an emotional frequency, it really helps um, to gently encourage individuals to look for patterns of imbalance that may be playing out in their lives and to choose to realign with the intuition and heart knowing. We all have intuition. We all have that desire from within telling us if it's good or bad, or if it feels right or if it's not right. But a lot of us live in this disconnect. And when we use Calmer, it can help realign our emotional with our physical. It is so powerful, you guys. Calmer is a stabilizing blend, and it's reassuring when you don't feel assured. Yes, it provides calm in the storm of life. It helps you to be surrendered when you are closed off. Sarah, what's some stuff that you would like our listeners to understand about this beautiful blend calmer?
Well, I think it's really good for kids when they are feeling out of control, worried, overwhelmed. Um, some of our kiddos just have big kid worries. Like they are little people with like real big worries and they don't know how to like let it go. And so their mind just kind of ruminates on some of these things and they just are um, have some anxious feelings sometimes. And this oil is really good for the little ones that are having some of those big worries and anxious feelings. Maybe they're feeling a little out of control in their environment, or feeling overwhelmed, especially as school starts, right? Like as school begins this year, you know that kids going into a new setting with a new teacher, new classroom, new everything can be a little overwhelming and a little scary even. And they might have some really
Absolutely.
big emotions about that and some big fears and worries and so this is gonna be a really great oil for especially when kiddos are having some of these worries and fears and just feeling a little out of control, like they can't control because all summer long they've been able to control their environment. And then now they're going back into school where they don't, especially those first couple of days of school where they're not really sure what to expect or what to do. This can kind of calm and help them. Also, it's going to be a really great one for just before bed because maybe they're ruminating on some of the things that happen throughout the day and they're having a hard time just relaxing to allow their bodies to go to sleep and they need that restful sleep. So I think this is I've talked about this on our last podcast of how great I think this oil is and why I keep it in my purse and all the things about this oil. And it's a really good one just to help with those just quieting down everything, quieting down the mind before bed, quieting maybe some over anxious feelings before school. And I know you're like, well, I don't want to give them something that's going to make them sleepy during school. Sit out on your child, see how it works. Some kids, it'll just calm them. It won't make them sleepy. And other kids, it'll be like a snooze fest, right? So like just kind of try it out, see how your kid reacts and uses it. Because everybody's body chemistry is different. Mine is very, very different from Vicky's and
Mhm.
very different from my husband's. Everybody's chemistry is a little bit different, so oils do affect people differently. But I would definitely try this if I was to have some kids with some anxious, overactive feelings about school and throughout the thing. And for your homeschooling mamas, this is a great oil when kids are starting to feel a little out of control. Maybe they're fighting with their siblings, or maybe they just kind of need to go into their own separate corners for a few minutes and everybody needs a break. This is a great break oil to just calm everybody down so they can go into their separate corners and then come back a lot more calm. And you should be using it too because it's going to help you to like be ready to for that so you can referee the next big fight.
Referee, that's awesome, but so true. So, you guys, before we go on to the next one, I do want to add on to what Sarah was saying. And Calmer, I love using the kids kit, all these oils that we're touching upon together. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if I'm needing to have a lower vibrational emotion because I'm just like highly strung because I'm anxious and not at peace, I will apply calmer over my heart. I will apply calmer over my wrists, but maybe I'm also needing to focus. Okay. Maybe I'll just start huffing on thinker, or maybe I'll put it on the bottoms of my feet. There's no wrong way of doing it. Just know that you can pair these oils together and use them at the same time. It's not one or the other. Okay. So keep that in mind. And I also want to invite you to learn a phrase of emotional dysregulation in children. Working at a school, it was very common for a lot of act outs and a lot of behavioral issues when there is something new happening. We're forming a new habit. My friends, we live in a society that overlabels everything, in my opinion. But I kid you not, the families that I knew used this modality in their life, all of them across the board, and I'm talking about 13 years of seeing this, had a better transition from summertime to school time. Why? Because they were focused on their child from the inside out. Okay. This isn't a one and done. This isn't a miracle cure. No, 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 no. But this is a tool that will absolutely benefit your child and yourself. So, one of the most common causes of emotional dysregulation in children is childhood trauma. Okay. It is a real thing. Not every child goes through it. But imagine if you were to use this modality to help them on a physical and emotional level, how much more at peace and aligned your children can be. So, Calmer is just one of those great oils that you can choose into to use. So, Sarah,
And
what do you have to say?
applying it, you're going to want to do some swiping with the roller bottle and you're going to put it over the heart. You're going to want to apply it onto the forehead and the back of the neck. That will
Mm,
help different places, as well as, just smelling it straight from the bottle because that is another great place. Also, you can put it on a little corner of their pillowcase at night to help them to go to sleep. And the collar of their the it's not collar, but like the hemline of their shirts, where they can just smell it all day long. For girls, I like to roll some oils on my hands and I like to put it at the tips of my hair because I like to smell it throughout the day. And so that's another great way to diffuse as
perfect.
the day goes on. So
Yes. Oh,
next,
I love these oils.
let's talk about stronger, girl. Let's talk about
Oh my
stronger.
gosh. Take it away, Sarah. Take it away. I love this blend so much. Rose is in it. Let me just tell you, it's the queen of oils. Oh my gosh.
Stronger is definitely a favorite. Like there's so many good things about this oil. Um, so let's just say that you are trying to, sometimes kids feed off of other people's energy, right? Like we know that.
Mhm.
We know, especially as moms, as teachers, as educators, we know that if we put certain kids near each other, they feed off of each other, right? Or they get a little bit like maybe I won't say out of control, but they'll just like this person will do this and then they'll just try to do this and becomes a big distraction in the classroom. And sometimes our little ones glob onto other people's emotions. They feel other people's emotions. And Stronger is a great oil to protect them from feeling big emotions from other people. So whether it be that you want to protect them physically from some of the threats that are out in the environment, but also protecting their energy. So they're not bringing home this globbing onto some of these, because kids are great. Kids are amazing. And they tend to be empaths and don't even know it because they
I
haven't figured
agree.
out how to regulate that yet. And so this oil is really amazing, especially when you're applying it over the heart or on the bottoms of the feet. This is a really great oil to kind of protect your kids from the negative emotions subconsciously or unconsciously that they might, even consciously, that they might just absorb from others around them, from their other students, from other teachers. Maybe at the playground, maybe you're at your homeschool co-ops or your groups or something. And, there's sometimes little Joey from next door comes over to play and he's just a little crazy. And you're just like, okay, Joey, it's time to go home because my kid is getting crazier and crazier because he's feeding off of your energy. And so we want to kind of protect that. And we want them to have great positive emotions, not necessarily feeding off of negative emotions. So this is a great oil to just help them um to stay connected to themselves and not get caught up in all the rest of the stuff that's going on around them.
Can I share a true story? This is
Yeah.
good. I'm gonna share it anyways. Okay, no joke. I love Stronger. Stronger is great for your immune system and it's great for your emotional protection as well. Think of it as putting on your armor if you are a knight. Okay, this is your armor. You are shielding up emotionally and physically, all those things. I have I have someone in my family, a little, that is very empathic. This person in my family does not know that he or she, because I can't name names, because my family listens to this podcast. Uh, they're not aware of it, and they're still very young. So this boy or girl needs support on the playground. Okay, let me just put it that way. I decided to apply the oil onto myself and then apply the oil to the back of the neck of that child. Okay. I'm auntie, so it was fine. All was good. I do that, but I kid you not, there was a big difference in not only supporting his immune system or her immune system, but supporting the emotional environment and Sarah, what am I trying to say? Just like the emotions that this child could have. I don't know what am I trying to say? Like it was a better it was a better reaction coming from
So
this
he's
child.
so he's not absorbing others'
If
emotions around him and he's being more protected from those big emotions
it's
from other people.
yes, exactly. There you go. I love Sarah. I'm so glad she's on this podcast with me because half the time I'm like, I don't even know what I'm saying. But I do actually, I really do know. Stronger was perfect. And ever since then, I realized he just needs, and okay, spill the beans. He just needs that extra support because he's so empathic. All of these emotions on the playground are way too much for him. So when I use this oil on him, it is just, it is just a good thing all around. And it's a twofer. I'm protecting his immune system and I'm protecting his emotional well being. I love it. Long story short, I love it. It's a twofer. Think of it as a shield.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I think These oils are amazing for helping us with identifying our own emotions, with helping us to work through our emotions. I am a huge, huge proponent of using your essential oils to helping with any kind of emotional transition. And what better time to use them than as kids are transitioning into this brand new school year, as things are changing up for them and they're learning new things. And this is the best thing to use is this stronger blend to help protect them physically and emotionally so that they can do that, so they can sleep, using the calmer to help them to sleep and to calm down, and the thinker for them to focus. It's just, these are three great oils you need to have in your arsenal as parents, as educators. I will tell you right now, one of my dearest friends is a teacher and she likes to use Thinker, and she also likes to use Intune. And there's times where she has actually rolled these onto a student's desk in the morning before they come to school, so she can so the student can have that added protection and the added strength from some of these oils so that they can focus and they can pay attention, and that it's and the parents have all given permission. They all know that she has a diffuser in her classroom and that she uses these oils on these, not on the kids, but on the surfaces around these kids too. So they are all aware that these kids have oils in the classroom diffusing, oils on the desks and on surfaces around them, and they use different things. So this is a great time if your kids are going through any kind of transition, even your homeschool mamas where you're like, well, we're not really doing too much of a transition. Getting back to the grind is still a transition.
Yes, it is.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Essential Oil Scoop. If you've enjoyed today's scoop on essential oils and want to stay updated with our latest episodes, exclusive content, and special offers, be sure to follow us and opt into our exclusive newsletter. Just head on over to our website, theessentialoilscoop.com/newsletter, and opt in today. For more wellness tips and monthly inspiration, connect with us on social media. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube, the Essential Oil Scoop podcast. And please feel free to share and tag us on all of your essential oil adventures using the hashtag the Essential Oil Scoop. Remember, your wellness journey is our priority. We are here to help and support you every step of the way. Thanks again for being part of our essential oil family. Until next time.